Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best centers in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM here on this tier list. We got about 30 of the best bigs in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, and I'm excited to rank them on this tier list today. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 14,000 subscriber mark on the channel, trying to hit that mark by the end of October. We're just over 300 subscribers away, and I think we can certainly do it, so we'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first card today is Al Horford, who is okay, not great at center. He's a little bit undersized, 6'9", 6'10", something like that. This card is actually going to be available for free from Agendas next week, but he's 59 speed and excel, which is not awful, but it's not great. 83 shot three. He's a good dunker. He's a good interior defender, versatile card, just a little undersized at 6'9", but I like the badges. He's not a bad card at all. I think he's a solid option at the center position. I think a very, very solid B tier. Alonzo Mourning, also probably a solid B tier. Great interior defender, can make a wide open three, but his release is really, really bad. But he's a solid inside big who also can kind of stretch the floor a little bit, has good speed, pretty good card in my team. Andrew Bogut is terrible. He's like 30 speed. He can't shoot the three. He is a inside center, but he's also really slow. He's not a fast inside, so he's not a good inside. Definitely a D tier card. Anthony Davis, obvious S tier. One of the best bigs in the game, probably the third best center in my team right now. Very capable release, versatile, good speed, defends on the interior at a high level, but also can step out on the perimeter. Even a little bit of playmaking ability, has decent speed. He's a solid all-around card in my team. Definitely an S-tier guy. Arvydas Sabonis, I think I'll give C. I'm not quite going to go D tier for him, but I don't think he's that good of a card. He's 25 speed at center, which is really, really slow. He can kind of stretch the floor, I guess, but... And no, he's D tier. I tried to put him above D tier, but he's D tier. 25 speed. I know he can stretch the floor, but I just don't think, honestly, there are very many good budget centers in the game right now. And Arvydas Sabonis, unfortunately, because of how slow he is, don't think he's that great. He feels super slow, too, I will say. Bam Adebayo, I think I'm going to go high A for Bam. I don't think I'd quite put him S, to be honest. He does have half anchor. He's got a pretty nice release, and he's got decent speed. But three-ball rating is a little bit low. He's undersized at only 6'9". I don't feel like he's an incredible athlete or anything. Pretty good card, but not insane in my team. Ben Wallace... Is he C? I think I'm going to go C for Ben Wallace. I do like Ben Wallace as a card. I just think it's becoming a little bit harder over time to use him as an inside big when he is a little undersized at only 6'9". He's very fast, and he's one of the best defensive cards in the game. And he does dunk the ball well offensively, too. I like this card, so I'm still going to give him B tier. But do I think he's a great card? Not really. Bill Walton, great passing big, but that's his best value. He defends well as well, and he does rebound the ball well. Has 63 speed, which is not awful, but I don't think I can put him higher than C tier. I did gameplay with him yesterday when y'all were seeing this video, or actually I think same day y'all were seeing this video. I'm not even totally sure, but I think it's the same day. He's good. He's not bad, but I don't think he's great, and I just don't think I can put him higher than C tier and be completely fair. Brook Lopez is another 25 speed center. He's a better shooter than Arvydas Sabonis and better all around statistically and defensively than Arvydas Sabonis, but still a 25 speed center. I just can't justify putting him over C tier. Channing Frye, I like this card as a shooter, but he's like 40 speed. Again, he's really slow. He is a true 7-footer, which is nice. I think he's got like 48 speed. Is that what it is? I actually don't hate Channing Frye. I think he's an okay card. He stretches the floor really well. He doesn't defend at all, but he is a really nice stretch big, and he's at least not 25 speed. So I think I'll go B tier for him. Chris Bosh is definitely S tier, probably the second best center in the game right now. He is an absolute dog with a capable release. His release is not as good as it was last year and really has been in previous years in general. But it's still very agreeable. I've gotten it down for sure, and he's an elite all-arounder defender, rim protector, can create his own shot and has better speed than almost every big in the game as well. He's a really nice card. Chris Webber's an 80 speed big who can defend pretty well, can hit a wide open three. Not an incredible defender, not an amazing playmaker, but a pretty good card. Clint Capella's a pretty basic inside center. Not a big fan of him. Don't think he has an argument over most of these guys in this list to be higher than D tier. He's just new, which is the main reason I put him on this list. I'm going to put Ayton in C tier. As much as Ayton's a pretty solid card, mid-60 speed, can hit a wide open three, not the worst defender in the world. He's not an elite level defender. He's not a top tier big at this point, but still an okay card. DeMarcus Cousins does have like a 75 three ball. He isn't honestly that bad of a card. Is he better than Channing Frye is my question. Honestly, I don't know if the answer is yes. 58 speed. So he's got like plus 10 speed. He's not as good of a shooter. He's still a bad defender. I think I would lean Channing Frye over DeMarcus Cousins. So I'm going to stick with that the way that it is. Dirk, yeah, I am going to put D tier because of, again, how slow he is and the fact that he also does not defend at all. He doesn't defend and he's horribly slow. So he's got two huge flaws. Despite being one of the best shooting bigs in the game, he's still a D tier card because he's so significantly flawed with his speed and his defense. Giannis, I think, is going to go A tier. Giannis is not an S tier big anymore, but he's still a great card with a not amazing release, but you can hit consistently with him. I feel like even with only a 59 3 ball, if you practice the release, I feel like it can hit consistently with Giannis every single time. And then he's one of the best defensive cards in the game. Super glitchy. He's listed at 7 foot this year. He is an absolutely amazing option at the center position and definitely an A tier guy. Another A tier guy is Hakeem. Actually, Hakeem might sneak into the S tier. I think you could make an argument for Hakeem at the back of the S tier, and actually, I think I'm going to. I really like that Hakeem card a lot. I'm going to put him in the S tier. 63 speed. I know he's an inside, and he's not crazy fast, but he's got a massive player build. He's one of the best Shaq stoppers in the game. Feels pretty fast considering how big his player build is, and I think he's a really, really good card. Jack Sigma's a pure shooter. Very similar card to Channing Frye. Slightly better defensively than Frye. They're both pretty slow. They both have nice releases. I think he's good enough to go B tier, but no higher than that. Jaren Jackson... even that feels a little high, honestly. But I'm looking at the rest of this list. I feel like I got to put some of these guys a little higher than I have been, maybe. Jaren Jackson Jr., capable defender, can hit a wide open 3. Release isn't horrible, and he's not the slowest card in the world. He's okay. He's not amazing, but I think he's high C. JaVale, another inside. Is he any good as an inside? I mean, not really. I don't think... An inability to shoot the 3, 65 speed and excel, can defend and can dunk. He defends pretty well in the interior, even without anchor. He is a 7-footer, so he's going to be okay defensively. Long arms. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that goes C tier, I think. Jermaine O'Neal, I think, is a legitimate A tier center. He's like 78 speed. He can hit a wide open 3, so he's got pretty good speed. He defends okay on the interior as well, and he's got pretty good size, 6'11", 7'3" wingspan. Can shoot with speed and pretty good defense. Is a recipe for success to me. Joakim Noah is like a mid-60 speed interior again. A great defensive one, though. Not as good as Ben Wallace by any means, but I do think he could go on the same tier as a guy like Ben Wallace in a lower level of that tier, and I think he's a pretty good card. Karl Anthony Towns, 70 speed. He's a 7-footer. He can hit it open 3. I think he's got to be back of A tier. I don't love the card. He doesn't play a lot of defense, but he's big. He can shoot. He's got a fast release, and he's got good speed, and I think he's a pretty good card. Kevin Love. He's got like 54 speed, I think it is. Is it 54 speed? I don't remember exactly what it is, but K-Love's speed is slow, and he's 6'8", which is tiny. But he shoots the ball really, really well. He does have Hoff break starter, Hoff rebound chaser, some other gold interior defensive badges, specifically more like the rebounding stuff, but pogo stick brick wall as well. Like, I think he's B tier, despite him not being a very good card. No, I'm going to go C. I like Kevin Love, but I think I'm going to go C. Maybe I'm just really too low on these cards, though, because I'm looking at this list, and I don't want to put any of these guys any higher. Marc Gasol he's big. He's like 7 foot, 7'1", only 40 speed again, but he's a great defender with Hoff anchor and shoots the ball pretty well. He's kind of like Arvydas Sabonis, but he's better defensively. He shoots the ball as well or better, and he is faster. I think B tier is fair for Marc Gasol. He's an okay card. Marcus Camby, budget center. I don't like his release, but he's got mid-60 speed, mid-63 ball as well, and defends at a high level on the interior. Not a terrible card. I think C tier is fair. Thurman's a pure inside. I mean, I'm going to move JaVale down, and I think I'm going to actually move Brook Lopez. I don't know who to move down. I think I'll move Brook Lopez down because I got to even out these tiers a little bit, and I think Thurman is better than JaVale and Brook Lopez. He's a true inside with decent speed, good interior. Not a great block rating, but gold Hoff pogo stick, bunch of good gold defensive badges. Dunks the ball really well, and a massive player build. Enough for a C tier spot. Patrick Ewing stinks. He is D tier. His release blows. He doesn't mash well. He's not fast. He doesn't do anything well, honestly. He's just not a good card. Pau Gasol is like a mid-60s, low 60s speed, can shoot the ball again, defends pretty well. Again, like he's like a lot of these other centers, to be completely honest. Releases a little bit on the slower end, and he's not crazy fast. He's not an elite card, but he's one of the better options. I think B tier is fair. Serge Ibaka is going to go S tier. I'm standing on it. Serge Ibaka, I do think, does deserve an S tier spot. He's got speed in the 60s, in addition to a money release and elite interior defense. And so he stretches the floor at a high level and defends at a high level on the interior, which is probably the two most important things to me as a center. And he does both of those things. Shaq can't shoot. And even though I love myself, my perimeter bigs, and I don't like inside bigs, Shaq is so good as an inside big, it's made me forget that rule because he is absolutely dominant. I mean, there is very little that Shaq can't do on the court besides shoot the ball. He defends 1 through 5 insanely well. He rebounds the heck out of the ball. He pushes it in transition, can even play make for himself with his speed and his sigs, and then defends his absolute butt off and is one of the best all-around cards. Probably the best all-around card still in my team. So for me personally, at least, Shaq, well, not for me personally, Shaq is obviously S tier, and I think this is about as fair as a ranking as I could make right now. So let me know what y'all think of my list down in the comment section down below. If there's anybody you would change, feel free to let me know. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.